welcome back to my channel. So today I have my labor and delivery video. So as you can see, I am back with my colored backdrops because I have my makeup room separate from my baby's room now, and baby's room is a complete mess right now. We just moved. So I am gonna be filming this video with the backdrop. So I hope you guys don't mind not seeing baby's room, but soon I will have it ready and I will actually give you guys a nursery tour. I'm just kinda getting some stuff. So if you're watching this video, I had my baby already. She is a month old. I am a month postpartum, almost 6 weeks postpartum actually, and I am just so excited to be filming. I did my makeup, I did an Instagram video, I did a collab with a wonderful person. I feel like I'm back even though I'm not, but I'm gonna try. So I wanted to film this video to kind of tell you guys about my experience giving birth or having my baby. So as I was planning everything, nothing went the way I planned it. Nothing at all. So a week before I was gonna be induced, I did get induced because me and my husband decided for me to get induced because he works out of town and we wanted, he works out of town for some days and we just wanted to make sure he was gonna be here for sure. So I was getting induced so he could ask for that day off. It would be, you know, that he was gonna be here for sure. So I decided to get induced October 27th, which was on a Friday. And a week before that, I found out I was GBS positive. GBS positive, if you don't know what it is, Google it. It is some type of like bacteria that pregnant women carry. It's like 60% women carry it or something like that, and it only comes out when you're about to give birth. And it's nothing bad for you, it's nothing bad for the mom, but if you have your baby vaginally, it can affect them. So you need to get antibiotics before you give birth. My baby's crying. Hopefully my husband got her. But so you gotta get antibiotics before the baby passes through your canal. So you need to get that before you give birth. So that's another reason why getting induced was good, because you need to get it 4 hours before you give birth. So that was perfect. So October 27th at 12 o'clock midnight, I went ahead and I went in for my inducement. So I got induced. My doctor turned out to be amazing. I mean, he's been really amazing during the pregnancy, but just the day of labor, it was like, he was awesome. So I was planning a natural birth and I had everything planned out for natural labor. I already knew I was gonna get my epidural. I had my makeup bag with me ready because during contractions, I wanted to do my makeup because I wanted to look cute. I did put eyelash extensions. In case I didn't put makeup on, I at least had my eyelash extensions ready to go so I wouldn't look so dead. And at 1 o'clock, they went ahead and took me into my room. They did start my inducement, which they put a pill in your cervix, or down there, and it helps your cervix to soften so you can dilate. I was not dilated at all. When I went in, it was the pill was just gonna do everything for me. And the nurse told me that the pill, usually most people need like 2 or 3 pills for their cervix to actually soften enough for them to dilate. But luckily, me, with 1 pill, my body was like on a roll, and I started getting contractions really quickly. So my contractions were like 1 to 2 minutes apart. They weren't very strong. I had already my IV and everything. TMI, they do an enema if my doctor told me to eat dinner, just I guess so I wouldn't be tired. So I did eat dinner. Some people get told not to eat before, but I did, and I guess because they were gonna do an enema anyways. If you don't know what an enema is, Google it. It's nasty. So I did get one of those, and after that, you do walk around when you get the pill. You have to walk around for like an hour. After the pill, it was doing good, and contractions were every 1 or 2 minutes, and I would see the monitor. It was kind of like cramps. It wasn't painful at all. It was very good. Then I think like around 7 o'clock in the morning, that was throughout. At 7 o'clock in the morning, my doctor came in to see me for the first time, and he checked me and how I was doing. He said I was doing good. I was 2 centimeters dilated by that time. My husband was with me already because he was working, and then he got there at like 6 or 7. He got there at 7. Doctor was when he came in. He checked me 2 centimeters, and he actually we broke my water. So my water didn't break on his own. He broke it. I'm guessing to try to make it go faster, since I had already been it had been like 6 hours, and I was still kind of like 2 centimeters. So he popped my water, hoping that would help a little more. So what I didn't know before they popped my water, well, the lady from the epidural, the anesthesiologist came in, and she came in after I got my water broken. She came in by accident. She thought she was going to a different room, and she was telling me, make sure if you're gonna get the epidural, get it before they pop your water breaks. And I was like, thanks, they just popped it, so great. I didn't know your contractions got stronger after your water broke. So she was like, you gotta make sure to get it before, because your contractions are gonna hurt really bad after. I was like, well, they already popped it, but I'm okay. So she left, blah, blah, blah. And then the contractions started coming. Let me tell you, I am a big baby. I guess I do not have high pain tolerance at all. I don't think I could have done it with no epidural. I was dying. I was barely 2 centimeters, and I was dying. I was crying. You can mommy shame me all you want down in the comments. I don't care. I do not take pain lightly. Like, I hate pain. I don't know. I just couldn't. I was like pinching my husband's hand. I was like crying already. I was crying. There's a video of me. My husband recorded me like super mad. I was about to slap the phone out of his hand. It was just so, I don't know, you all people who do it with no drugs at all, or even you wait for the epidural, like you guys, I bow down, because I could not do it. 2 centimeters and I was done. I lasted a little while, I think maybe an hour, and then the nurse was like, are you gonna want it or whatever, because it takes a while. Like, sometimes they take a while to come and give it to you. So I was like, you know what, call them, tell them already I want it, order it, like, I want the epidural. So they came, and I'm a first-time mom, and I did do a lot of research and reading before I got pregnant. Before I gave birth, while I was pregnant. And a lot of people say the epidural is the worst thing ever. Everybody just scares you about it. Everybody says it's so painful. All this stuff about the epidural. And that was all in my head at that time. They don't let anybody be with you. So they kicked my husband out. And I got super nervous, and they started prepping me or whatever to do it. They bent me down. One of the nurses, he was holding me from the front so I would hold myself, and I was bawling. I could not stop crying. I was so nervous, just because of all the stuff I've heard, the pain and everything. I've seen a video of the epidural, so I kind of know what they were doing. So I got my epidural as I was getting my epidural, I was holding on to one of the nurses. I was crying like crazy. I was super nervous. I just expected so much pain, so much, I don't know. I was so nervous. And my blood pressure started going up, and they were like, it's okay. The nurse was like, you're okay, don't worry, you're doing fine. Like, they do numb you before they put it, so I'm guessing I only felt a pinch. Thank goodness I didn't feel any pain. I don't know what people are talking about when they say it's painful, unless they get it done differently or something, but it was not painful. All I felt was a little pinch. By the time I knew it, they were like, you're done. They taped me, and I had it. So I'm so grateful that it didn't hurt at all. I think the enema was the worst part of everything, but I'm just so happy that the epidural didn't hurt. I don't feel any pain on my back. I know some people have pain after. I don't feel any pain on my back except for the day after I got out of the hospital. My body was like insanely beat up, sore, and I did feel my back. My back was killing me, but I had painkillers and stuff, and it was all good. So after the epidural, they put a catheter in because you can't get up anymore. So I did get a catheter, and then after that, I think that was maybe like by 9 in the morning or something. And by that, I was pretty much just good. I did take a couple of naps here and there. Then I don't remember exact times. I should have written it down, but I didn't even have my phone with me. I was just like out of it. Some people would come and see me, like some family members. So I was also just like not out of it. Like I just didn't, you know, I didn't have my phone with me. Then everybody was just waiting for me to give birth, because I did put a picture up before I went to the hospital up on my Facebook, and everybody was just waiting, but it took a while. So then I think, I don't know, I don't even remember the times, but then they started doing Pitocin. So Pitocin also makes your contractions come faster, makes you dilate and all that stuff. So they put Pitocin, I don't remember what time, but they put Pitocin, and it was doing good. My body was doing good. I was getting contractions. I couldn't feel them. The epidural was heaven sent. I would see them on the monitor going up, and I would cry with those, and I couldn't even feel them. So it was awesome. The epidural is the best thing ever if you're gonna have, like, if you're gonna give birth. For me, I feel like it was the best. And the Pitocin was working. They did check me. I think I was maybe like 4 centimeters dilated when the doctor came and checked me, and it was doing good. Then like 30 minutes after they checked me, the doctor and the nurse comes in running and freaking out, and I was like, what's going on? Like, we were just chilling, and the doctors came in all crazy, and the doctor was like, the baby's heartbeat's going down. We need to like stop the Pitocin. She's getting stressed out. The contractions were stressing her out. So every time that I had a contraction, since they were too close together, her heartbeat, like, she was stressing. So it wasn't giving her time to rest. So the baby's heartbeat was going down. And it was like, what? Like, we were all so calm and so good, for them to just say that randomly out of nowhere. It just freaks you out. Everything was just, I feel like everything was going perfect. So they came in and they did that, and the doctor was like, if this keeps happening, we're gonna have to do an emergency C-section. And I did not want to hear those words. I am terrified. I was terrified of C-sections. I have seen one on video. If you are pregnant, do not watch videos of anything, because you're gonna get traumatized. And I was just so terrified. So the doctor said, but we're gonna try doing something first. So he did put, I think, sugar water in my IV to help the baby out, took off the Pitocin. So without the Pitocin, I guess it kind of slowed down the labor a little bit. And the sugar water, they did the sugar water, and hours later they came back, they checked, the baby was back to normal, everything was good, the sugar water helped. So they left me like that for a couple hours, then a couple hours later, they came back and they started the Pitocin again. So that kind of slowed down the labor. That's why it took a little bit longer. I was in labor for 20 hours. So that's why it took longer, because they stopped the Pitocin. Then after they started the Pitocin again, the baby did fine. She was good. And everything was going great. And more family members came, and then I think around 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock p.m., so we're already at night, 6 or 7 o'clock, the nurse came in, she checked me. The doctor had left already, and he was just like on call. He was gonna come a couple hours later. So the nurse checked me, and I was like 6 centimeters dilated or something like that. Then around 8 o'clock, they came back, and I was 9 centimeters, and I was like 100% effaced or something like that. But the baby was really high. She was not low. So that was a problem. And 30 minutes after he came in, after that, he came back in and he checked me again. I was 9.5 centimeters, but the baby was still really high. He couldn't even reach the baby. When your baby's supposed to be born, the doctor's supposed to be able to feel like the head, I guess. So he looked at me and said, "I'm sorry, we're gonna have to do a C-section." So I had a C-section, guys. It was the most terrifying, scariest day of my life ever. Also the best, but it was so scary. I just thought of everything that could go wrong, because I've seen so much stuff. This is why I'm saying, do not watch any of those videos. I was so terrified of what things could happen. I was scared of if something happened to the baby, or if something happened to me, what were we gonna do? Or, you know, everything bad comes to your mind. Come to your mind when you are gonna go through this. So there was some people with us in the room. They had to leave because they had to prep me, and they prep you. They do all the prepping. They tell your partner, your husband, or whoever's with you that they need to go and change. They have to put like scrubs on and stuff. And while they're prepping you, they do that. Then they rolled me out into, before, I forgot. Before he made me told me I was gonna get the C-section, like 30 minutes before he checked me the last time, the nurse did make me do practice pushes. So that's important, remember that. So she made me do practice pushes. She made me do practice pushes to see if that would help the baby come down. So I did push, which I do not understand how you even push with an epidural, because I couldn't feel shit. I'm just saying. The girl was like, "Pretend you're gonna take a shit. Pretend you're going to the restroom." And I couldn't feel nothing. I was just like, am I pushing? Because I don't know. So we did the practice pushes before the doctor came in. And then when he came in, he told me about the C-section. So when they were prepping me for the C-section, I was super nervous, but I was trying to hold it in. I didn't want to cry. There was a lot of nurses around, and I didn't want them to see me cry. But of course, I'm a crybaby, and I was crying. But I was crying because I was nervous, because I didn't know what was gonna happen. But another reason why I was crying was because I started getting pain down there. Really horrible pain. I am guessing, just my guess, is that the baby with the practice pushes actually came down. So when they were prepping me, I was like, it hurts so bad. Like, I was hoping they would cancel the C-section and just let me push, but they didn't. I swear she was coming out. Like, I could feel so much. It wasn't even pressure, it was pain. It was so painful down there. So but you know, I got prepped. They asked all these questions. They rolled me out. They I'm a Grey's Anatomy obsessed. Like, what is it like? Okay, I'm obsessed with Grey's Anatomy. Obsessed, obsessed, obsessed. I have seen and rewatched all seasons like 20 million times around. So when they sent me to the OR, there was people, the nurses, the doctors, or whatever, they were talking to each other. They were rolling me, and I was out of it already. I was totally like crying and nervous. But I was still listening. And one of the girls this is like a little, just kind of funny in there. One of the girls was like, so who do we have? Who do we have? And they were talking about like, who do they have as like surgeons or whatever. And one of them was like, we got a 1 year, and like a 2 year or something like that. And I was like, wait a minute. Like in my head, I was like, wait a minute. What the fuck? Like, why a 1 year and a 2 year? Go get me like a freaking resident. Go get me like Meredith Grey or something. I don't know. But I was like, that happened in my head, and I was just like, go get me someone has been here for like 5 years. That's not like their first year. Like I was oh my god. I can't even believe I thought about that at that moment, but I thought about that. And I was getting rolled off. So I had my eyelash extensions on, which were a fail for my C-section because I have glasses. I wear contacts for the C-section. They don't let you wear your contacts, so I had to put my glasses on. My glasses were doing this to my eyelashes with my eyes closed, and I couldn't see nothing. So it was like I was looking at stuff between my lashes. It was so annoying. So they rolled me out. They put me in the OR. They moved me from one bed to the other, which one of the nurses there, he was not strong at all. The girls were able to move me and he couldn't. I was like, what the hell? And they moved me or whatever. They put the sheet up because you don't see anything. Then I guess they cut me. And my husband came in after that. They made him sit next to me, behind me. I was crying the whole time. I was super nervous. Oh, before he came in, I guess they put a lot of epidural inside of you, or like a lot of medicine. And I got super nervous. I was crying the whole time. Just, being real. I was crying the whole time. The whole C-section, I was crying. I was nervous. I felt like I could taste the medicine in my mouth. Then I got nauseous, and the nurse was like, are you okay? And I was like, I'm about to throw up. And I did throw up. I threw up. The good thing, she acted quick. She put a tray and like a suction thing, and she sucked it all up. I didn't get dirty. I thought I was gonna have vomit all over me after that, but no. And so I threw up. After I threw up, I felt better. And then my husband came in. He sat. They told him to sit behind my back, like my head, and they told him, talk to her, calm her down. And all I heard was, hey babe. And I was just like, I was out of it. I don't know. I was just looking at the lights on top of me. I was so nervous. Before they cut me, they did tell me I wasn't gonna feel pain, but I was gonna feel pressure. Yeah, I felt pain. I feel like I felt pain. Or at least pressure to me was painful. And they put a lot of epidural in me because my husband said they kept putting it on, and I still felt pressure. I don't know. I don't know if everybody, I know a lot of people say they feel it anyways, they feel the pressure, but it hurt. I was actually saying like, ow, 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 like I was in pain. And some people think I'm exaggerating, but for real, I felt it. And everybody was like, are you okay? Are you okay, ma'am? Are you okay? You're okay? And I was just like, yeah, but it hurts, I can feel it. And they just kept putting more and more. And I guess some parts I kind of just blanked it out. Then the doctors start like, congratulations, it's a girl, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, oh my God, is she out? We did not hear the baby cry. She took a while, so that kind of freaked us out a little. Then we heard that cry, and damn, does your life change when you hear that cry? Your life changes when you're a first-time parent with that little cry. That little cry, I was like, wow, I have a baby. we have a baby. It was insane. I still can't believe it. We've had her here for a month, and we're still like in shock. We still can't believe that she's our little baby. And just her little cry, when I heard her little cry, I was good. I felt like I'm fine, you know? If something happens to me, but she's good. So, sorry. Before even before I gave birth, I told my husband, as soon as the baby's born, follow her. It doesn't matter what happens to me, follow the baby, because I know they take them to the nursery and stuff, and we don't want no lost babies, okay? Just in case, that's scary. So I was like, follow her. And he did go. It was in the room. They were, I guess, washing her and cleaning her up, and he saw her, took pictures of her, and they brought her to me. My stupid eyelash extensions didn't really let me see her a lot, so I kind of didn't meet her until I was in the recovery room. And in the recovery room, well, all that stuff, then my husband and the baby were gone. They went to the nursery, and I was still there. They were closing me up and everything for like 30 minutes more, like an hour. Then after that, they rolled me out to recovery, and I got the shakes. It was the most horrible thing ever. My teeth were chattering, my hands, I felt like it was horrible. It was the most horrible experience ever with the shakes. In the recovery room, all the doctors or nurses, whatever they are, I don't know, I think they're nurses, they were like, are you okay? What do you need? What hurts? And all this stuff. So they gave me medicine for the shakes. They do everything else. And I stayed there for an hour. During the hour, my husband came in. After, I guess, he found me, they called him and they told me I was good. And he came and he showed me my baby in a picture because I hadn't really seen her. And she looks like me. And, well, she looks like my dad, but I look like my dad. So she looks like me. Now she's kind of changing. She kind of looks like my husband's dad, but my husband looks like his dad. So she looks like our dads, but we look like our dads. So she looks like us. Just weird. But if you've seen pictures of her on Instagram, some of you have said that she looks like me, and she does. I have baby pictures, and she does look like me. It's so crazy. I thought she was gonna come out looking like exactly like my husband, so it's so weird. But then after we got rolled off, after recovery, then I think it was like an hour in there. Then they took me to my room, and in my room, it was, you know, a C-section is very painful. I couldn't get up for a whole day. The next day they made me get up. It hurt so bad. The recovery of a C-section is the worst. I am finally a month postpartum. I feel like I am completely healed from the outside. I don't have any pain anymore. It's kind of, I don't know, it's just very painful, but it was totally worth it. Baby's crying, but she's okay, she's with daddy. It was very painful. I never in a million years thought I would end up with a C-section, but I know when you get induced, that's a probability, more likely. So I guess I took my chance and we ended up with a C-section, but it's okay. It's just the recovery sucks and it's very painful. You get the first day home, I was dying. I was sore. My back killed me. I was crying. I cried on the way to the doctor with the baby because it hurt so bad. It was horrible. But thank God we got through this. I am a month postpartum. Or you know what? Tomorrow I'm gonna be a month and 1 week postpartum. So I am almost 6 weeks postpartum, and I am feeling so much better. I can do stuff on my own. I can drive. I can pick up my baby. I can carry a car seat. I am good. So even though it was a crazy experience. It's scary and terrifying. Like, I am not lying. It was the most scariest day of my life. I've never gone through anything like that ever in my life. I've never even gone to a hospital and like stayed there. So it was the most scary. It was just so scary. And but at the end of the day, baby was healthy. I was healthy. That's all that mattered. And we are so happy now. And I promise I will do another video to show you guys her, but right now she's being fuzzy and crying, so don't want to put her in the bright lights right now, but I will post pictures of her. I will try to add some pictures here. If I can't, go to my Instagram and there's a lot of pictures of her there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions, or what was your experience with your C-sections, how did it go for you, because I want to know other mommies like experiences. And just tell me your experience. Even if you had a regular vaginal birth, let me know how much, like, how was your experience during labor, how long were you in labor. I was in labor for 20 hours, so let me know. But if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments and I will get back to you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned because I am going to be popping out some makeup videos and some more mommy videos pretty soon. I want to do a lot of mommy videos. I just don't know what kind. So let me know what you want to see from me and I will do that for you guys. But in the meantime, go follow me on Instagram because that's where I'll be. I love you guys and I'll see y'all later. Besitos. Bye.